For those of you that like to own rental property, it can be a great thing. I really love doing it. Yes, I make money from it, but I enjoy it because I get to make a nice home for someone to live in. The tenants I have, all very appreciative of the property that I have, and they're great and we have a good relationship. But that's not always the case. So let me show you one that I just had a tenant move out of, and let me show you what I'm left with. So thankfully the trash is at least put out for the trash man to come get. Let me start with, these are not the original locks. They replaced those locks, so I had to ask to get keys to my own property. They didn't tell me they replaced the locks. Look at this carpet. Look at those steps. They actually replaced the carpet without my accepting them to do so, and I found out about it later. And even though they replaced it, look at what it looks like now. It did not look like this when they moved in. These vents are really bad. They clearly have the filters for them, never put them in. I had blinds on these windows. They must have got so damaged that the blinds don't even exist. They're not there anymore. For some reason, this window has been taped up. I have no idea why. Again, I wasn't informed. Look at these walls. Look at that. Pets. All right, check out this half bath where I didn't know about there being a leak. I wasn't informed. Interesting story about this kitchen is on their moving out, they informed me that they were going to be leaving their washer and dryer. And I said, what do you mean your washer and dryer? You mean my washer and dryer? No, they replaced my washer and dryer. The washer and dryer that I had put in right before they moved in, for whatever reason, I never got notified that they weren't working, but they got rid of those and they got these. They also told me, oh, we're gonna leave our refrigerator and stove also. You mean my refrigerator and stove? No, they replaced those as well, and they never told me. So, I don't know if I like this refrigerator. Maybe I liked my old one. I didn't get to make that decision. They got rid of them on my behalf without telling me. That door, it used to work. It's sitting over there now. Look at all this stuff they left behind for me. That's nice. How clean that window is. Now I had a lock right here for this, which is laying on the ground. But don't worry, they have a piece of wood they screwed in, and it sticks up there by a piece of double-sided tape so it doesn't fall down. That's great. So I previously had this deck worked on a little bit. You can see that this is all new wood. That back fence, I had one little issue right there, but I replaced the whole fence. But as you can see, they left me a bunch of fun stuff. Now supposedly they're still coming back to get some of this stuff. And look at this grass. They clearly have not done anything to it in forever. So I gotta come back here with a weed eater and try to chop through all this mess. They were growing plants back here, which I'm fine with. They made this brickety shelf. I told them repeatedly, because I'd visit the property, to make sure you don't have anything growing around the AC unit because it'll make it not work very well and shorten its lifespan. Well, they didn't listen to that. There's all these random assortments of whatever that is, where I can't get down there to look at my crawl space, see what the condition of that is. There you go. The stick fell. You can't smell what it smells like in here, but I'm sure you can imagine. My walls are all dirty. Oh yeah, their dog clearly chewed off this and that. Look at that. You want to be breathing in that air? That's how they turn on and off the shower. That's $5 for a new handle. All they had to do is tell me. I would have got it right away. Look at this place. Walls have got damage on them. Terrible patch jobs. Look how dirty this carpet is. I don't even know what these vents look like, but we're gonna get them cleaned. Holes in my wall, my door here. It looks like a new door. I don't think I put that one on, but all these doors got damage to them. My walls. So that's rental properties. So some people say, rents are high, landlords are too picky and they can't get approved for rent. This property I kept below market value as far as rent because the guy had been here for a while. And for the most part, he was pretty good. So, and I've told other tenants that too. I said that I'm not going to keep raising the rent every year because you've been here a while, we like you, it's been working out. As long as I'm relatively close to market value, I don't have to be at market value because I'm trying to do them a favor. It's costing me money every month by doing that, but I feel like if it's working for everybody, then we can stick with it. But in this scenario, this person, I gave him notice 6 months ago that we were not going to be renewing his lease and suggested that he started to look for a place. And I told him that if he was able to find a place before his lease ended, I would let him out of his lease without any penalty because I knew it would be somewhat challenging in today's market for him to find a property. So I said, go find a property, just give me notice when you do, and you can move out, and I'm not going to hold you to the lease, and I'm not going to penalize you for leaving early. Well, in order to try to get prepared for that, he hasn't paid me for the last 2 months, and he's been late on several months before that. So with the money he owes me, plus what I have to do to fix this property, all new flooring throughout the whole property, paint and everything, fix things like the leak and clean up everything. I gotta rent a dumpster. It will take me years of getting paid my rent on time by a new tenant, years to get my money back just to fix the mess he left. So I won't make money on this property for years just to fix it and make it nice for someone to live in. This is the unfun part about being a landlord and having property. And it's tough because I care about people and I care about property, and my goal is to have a nice property for people to live in. So I'm not gonna let a new person live in this. This is unacceptable. I can't believe people were living in this situation. It was not like this when they moved in. But now we're gonna spend more of our money. Even though he owes me $3,000, I'm still gonna come back and spend more money to fix all this. Probably somewhere around 10,000 more. I won't see that money for a long time. But I gotta make a nice home for someone to live in. So that's the unfun side of being a landlord.
Hey, so in the previous video, I was explaining how I had a tenant move out of one of my properties and how the property was in really rough shape, and I thought it was pretty unacceptable for someone to be living in a home like that. So with a lot of sweat equity, a lot of money, and my contractor's great work, my wife's awesome design skills, we fixed the property up and we're finished now, and I wanted to show you what it looks like now. So I'll take you on a tour. Everything's cleaned up outside. I replaced these doorknobs so that I have keys for these again. Remember that terrible carpet we had and these messed up walls? Much better. Got my door back on. We got a washer and dryer in there for the next people that are moving in. Completely fixed up this bathroom. There was a leak here before, that's been fixed. New vanity, a backsplash, mirror and light. All kind of cool. Remember how terrible these steps were with the carpet before? Well, this looks way better. I showed you before how nasty these vents were, how they hadn't changed the filters. We went ahead and changed those, and then we took it a step further and we hired a company to come out and professionally clean all of our vents. So all of these vents throughout the property, all the ductwork had been cleaned out. We replaced 2 doors inside that were broken. All the doorknobs on the inside and the outside of the property have been replaced. I love these floors. Huge closet. Check this out. It's my favorite part. So that is a granite countertop. It was just, it was too nice, and we got too good of a deal to pass it up. So we went ahead and added that to the property. Same with the faucet, mirror and light, all my wife's design. All right, guys, so that's the before and after. That's the good and bad of owning rental property. So this property needed the work. It's the first property we've ever bought. So we've owned it the longest. And when we bought it, it was in good shape and we didn't do anything to it. But after having some people live in it for a while, we decided that it was time to make it what it needs to be, to kind of update things. At a later date, we might do some more work to the backyard. And probably update the kitchen. Other than that, everything else in this property is new. So I hope you like what we've done to the place. I hope it's been informative for any of you that are considering owning rental property, or maybe you own rental property now and you're thinking like, man, should I go put some money into my property? My bet is yes, probably yes. We've invested quite a bit this last year on our properties because we care about the people that live there, both current people and people who may be coming in, and we want them to have the nicest place possible. So we've done some decks, we've done some fences, we've done all kinds of stuff. And then this one was a big project. Also, we just bought a new property, and we're starting the renovations on that. So I'll take you on the journey of how that goes, and hopefully this is informative. If you guys have any other questions about rental properties, or maybe you want to get into the business yourself, reach out. I'm happy to help. I'll show you kind of what I'm doing and how I manage them and all that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this.